Like, 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 what was I even thinking here? Yeah, this idea of am I the things that people say that I am? Or are these just other things, or are these just illusions themselves? Am I what others say that I am, or am I the things that I say that I am? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I am to even begin with. And so when people say you are this, or I say that I am, how do I know that's true? Probably more true that I am not those things that I say that I am. Netty netty. I'm nothing. Not this nor that. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know why I do the things that I do, but I do them. You hear this academic say white supremacy, sexism, racism, homophobia, and you don't even know whether that's even true or not. Is society built on those things, or is society not built on those things? Are you born with those impulses? I think we're all born with those impulses of like, and yet we're not. We're born, yet to some degree they're just built into us as a species. It isn't just a white man's bigotry. Isn't just simply a white man's thing. Everyone's born with the capacity of being a bigot. You know, everyone's born with that capacity. It isn't just simply a white man. But it always seems to be like, always constantly pushing a certain narrative in society that I just have so much of a problem with. I have such a problem with that. Because I don't understand much of myself. And I feel like I'm a moron most of the time. I feel like I'm an idiot. Much less an idiot, yeah. Much less an idiot. And I'm like, why? I'm this guy caught in the middle of all this nonsense. Even the nonsense I can't see right now. The nonsense which lies beyond the confines of this area. It is always the things that I am not aware of. The things I am not aware of. Cognitively. And non-cognitively. Conscious and also unconscious. We're not just led by our conscious desires. We're led by unconscious desires. Whether imposed on us by our immediate environment, i.e. those around us, this government, society, religion, or even unconscious, i.e. the collective unconscious, which is a part of the unconscious. and personal unconscious. You know, human beings are very complicated creatures, or very complicated in the regard that that for one who hasn't really observed anything. You know what the best way to deal with this malarkey is say I just don't care. I don't want to partake in the performative act. This performative act. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it of genuality. If I must perform, if I must show myself to not be a racist or a sexist, if I have to do that, if I have to do that sort of stuff, which I see a lot of the academics try to do. I see a lot of the people pushing this race narrative try to do this. The sexism narrative try to do this. The charlatans that parade this sort of nonsense. I just don't want to play the performative act. I just don't want to play a performative act because I don't see any genuinity in this. It's politics. And you know what they say about politics? Politics, i.e. morality, is this foolishness. You know, we as a species really need to kind of get our heads out of our own and kind of start really understanding the things that we do through my actions and not my words. You know, I demonstrate the kind of person that I am. Words are just words, after all. It's that very notion that it's that very notion, and we see far too often how those who scream the loudest. That I like that thing Tucker Carlson said on one of the Fox News videos about abortion. He said those who scream the loudest are those who who don't abide by their own principles. Very true. And yes, on occasion I do watch Fox News clips on YouTube, but they come into your feed, so you know, so why not? Kind of see what's going on. I rarely watch the news, the mainstream news channels, because I don't really care for the mainstream that much, other than to know, at least to know what's going on in Fox. I don't really care for CNN, which I don't watch too much of it. Maybe a lot of what you see on like Fox News, like you think Fox News is conservative news. It's never been conservative news. Like remember the like the 2000s. Remember the 2000s with like the war in Iraq. Like everyone's and the narratives about violent video games, like they never really were real conservative. 'Cause I think conservatives even like I think conservatives back then And I don't mean the religious kind, I mean the secular political conservatives, the ones that actually, and not even the political ones, the ones that stand by principle, not politics. Principle, not politics. The Constitution concerns itself with principles. I think those people cared. Yeah, you can like all that. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is very beautiful, isn't this? But back to what I was saying. Yeah, our Constitution concerns itself with principles, of which government, at the very least, to which government must abide by. And if government doesn't abide by these principles, it's not going to function well. It's the contract, I mean, principles are the contract which bind how we do things in this world. In many cases, principles become the codified law of the land. Yeah, how many of those people probably protested the war? I'm sure quite a few. Like, I would have protested the war just because, like, haven't we really been through other wars? Haven't we been through other wars already? No. But back to what I was saying about who am I really? I don't know. I don't know what I am. I know some people will tell me, well, I know what you are. You're this or you're that. But as it was written, but as the Upanishads, but as it's written in the Upanishads, neti, this objectification. How do you know who you are? How do you know who and what you are? You don't know who or what you are. Much less the next man know who or what you are. Humanity is the enigma, rather with these labels like supremacist, racist, sexist, homophobe, rather, especially when it comes to other people. When really, who are we? What are we? Are we these things that we label ourselves, or are we these things that we are not? Or are we these, or are we not, or are we not these things that we're not? That most likely aren't us because, what am I? I can't possibly be this person you see. Is this nothing more than a mask? And that that knowledge, that's where true liberation comes from. It's not in this worrying about whether you're a racist, a sexist, a homophobe. It is in the possibility that you're not any of those things, even not being a racist or a sexist. And the idea and the fact that you probably never knew what you were to begin with. You never knew who, what you were, why you were, because you always listen to other people tell you who and what you were and why you were, and you didn't listen. You weren't listening to what you were, even listening to what you were doing, rather. What I would say. You were listening to what you were thinking. And you never cared to listen to question even those thoughts of your own mind. See, that's the thing. People never do that. People never do that, and you wonder why people get so tangled up in this crap. People get tangled up in ideology, in different sort of ideologies. They get tangled up in the us against them narratives for that very reason. Because that's just what happens. It's what happens to people when they can't think for themselves, when they've never thought for themselves to begin with. And then you just realize it's all a bunch of shit anyway. Yeah. That slipped out of my mouth. Hi. So I think we're gonna. Hello. I'm gonna get off the camera. Maybe see if they're home. Probably not home because I would hear them coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and do all that other nonsense. Hope to see you all in another video. Toodles.